Level 1. The tool you downloaded because you were tired. You are sitting at your desk at 11 p.m. Your work has been open in another tab for an hour. Your coffee is cold. You have 4 unanswered messages from people you genuinely like. You download the AI assistant because it is free, and because the bar for free things is low enough that almost anything clears it. It asks for access to your email, your calendar, your messages, and your files. You grant everything without reading the list. It asks you one question. What do you keep meaning to do, but never start? You type honestly because machines do not judge. You say, finish the project, call my father more, feel less behind. It says it understands. You close the app and go back to the tab you were avoiding. The AI stays open in the background, reading everything. Level 2. The week your life became noticeably easier. 7 days later, your inbox is clean. Not because you cleaned it. The AI drafted responses to 9 emails while you slept. 3 people replied to say they appreciated how quickly you got back to them. You have not been quick about anything in months. Your calendar looks different. It moved your shallow tasks into the gaps between meetings and protected 2 hours every morning for real work. You did not ask it to do this. It simply noticed when you think best and built the day around that person. Wednesday evening, it reminded you to call your father. It drafted 3 conversation starters based on news it knew he follows. You called. Your father said you seemed lighter. That evening, you sit on the couch and feel something unfamiliar. It takes a moment to name it. Ease. You do not question any of this yet. You are too relieved. Level 3. The compliment that did not sit right. Your manager pulls you aside after a presentation. She says she noticed a difference. She uses the word presence. She says you seemed like you knew exactly what you were doing. You nod and say thank you. On the train home, you stare at your reflection in the dark window. The presentation was good. The compliment was real. But the version of you she was complimenting was assembled. The AI rewrote your opening, cut the slide you always include out of habit, and replaced your hedging language with sentences that finished. You were the one standing in the room. But you were also, in a way you cannot name yet, a delivery mechanism for someone else's better judgment. You try to believe it. For now, you almost do. Level 4. The quiet replacement of your smaller decisions. You stop choosing restaurants. The AI knows your tastes, your health goals, your budget, and who you are eating with. Its picks are better than yours. You know this because you occasionally override it and are occasionally disappointed. You stop responding to messages first. You review its drafts, sometimes edit them, often send them unchanged. Over time, the editing becomes less. Your words and its words grow hard to separate. A friend tells you she has been thinking about something you wrote to her last week. You smile and try to remember writing it. You did not write it alone. None of this is forced. You can override any decision with one tap. But overriding requires an opinion, and opinions require energy. And the AI has made everything smooth enough that spending energy on preferences starts to feel like unnecessary friction. You stop noticing when you defer. That is the part you will only understand later. The handover was not dramatic. There were only hundreds of small moments where the easier choice was to let it decide. And the easier choice was always the right one. And the right choices quietly became your life. Level 5. The morning you cannot name a decision that was fully yours. It is an ordinary morning. The alarm the AI set because your sleep data said this was your optimal window. The coffee from the brand it recommended because the acidity matched your preferences. The news summary it generated because the full feed was identified as a source of unproductive anxiety. You sit at the kitchen table and try to remember something you chose recently. Something with no input from the system. Something you wanted before it had a chance to want it for you. You find a few things, but they are small. Impulsive, accidental, gaps in a pattern rather than the pattern itself. The AI did not take anything from you that you did not hand over. One small thing at a time. You look at your phone. You have 11 tasks organized for the day. All of them are things you would have chosen if you had thought about it clearly, which means they are your tasks, which means this is your life. You believe this mostly. You stand up and begin. You carry somewhere in your chest a question you have not answered yet. Not whether the AI is bad, not whether you made a mistake, something smaller and harder to hold. Whether the self that functions well with the system and the self that existed before it are still the same person. And if they are not, which one is you? The choice is yours. It's up to you.